Hello, I'm Miles O'Brien. Welcome to the premiere edition of Healthcare Insights, brought to you by iMedicor. This is first of a regular series of reports that you'll be seeing on the healthcare industry. We're going to be talking to industry leaders, newsmakers, thought leaders on the subject of healthcare, something that's near and dear to everyone's heart. The goal is to try to clear up some of the confusion that surrounds this complicated issue, which seems to change nearly every day. For our inaugural effort in this, we turn now to the chairman and CEO of iMedicor.com, Fred Zolla. Fred, thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Miles.
Tell us why you're doing this. Why this series of programs? Why the focus on not just your company, but healthcare in general?
Well, I thought it would be a good idea to begin a series of programs that would help clarify a lot of the issues surrounding healthcare. You know, there's a lot of myths going on.
Oh, you think?
I think. There's a lot of inaccuracies. There's also a lot of accurate information that's out there. And I think this program, bringing together the right people that really are the influencers and movers and shakers, can add some clarity.
When you say movers and shakers, give us an idea of some of the people you have in mind as this show unfolds.
Well, the first person certainly is the president of our company, Tom Dorsett. Tom is one of the visionaries that's helped guide us into the services that we provide. In other areas, we're going to bring on some technical folks that are nationally known, internationally known as healthcare IT experts, some thought opinion leaders that help guide some of the policymakers in Washington, heads of some of the pharmaceutical companies that are creating some of the products that we use every day to stay healthy. People of that ilk will be part of the show.
A little bit of clarity there for people, and that's what this is all about, and that's what this series is all about, providing some clarity. Why is it, do you suppose, that when it comes to the subject of healthcare, there is so much confusion, misunderstanding, and as you describe it, myths?
Well, you mean beyond the politics of the situation?
Well, there is that too, isn't there?
Yes, there is. I think that there's a lot of misunderstandings about, how are the insurance companies going to come to play? Why are electronic records going to actually reduce the cost? Where are the efficiencies going to be? How are we really going to pay for all of this? There's a lot of there's just a lot of misinformation that's going on.
And I would suggest, and correct me if I'm wrong, that historically there hasn't been a lot of transparency in this as far as the customer is concerned, right?
That's right, absolutely. We were told, interesting enough, when we first started doing our market research for iMedicor, we were told by many heads of several medical associations that there's a 1,000 things we can do to affect healthcare, but they all told us to do one thing and do that one thing right, and that's what we set out to do. And that one thing was fix the communications problems that doctors have. What is that? It means that you and I in our regular lives, and those people watching our show today, we use the internet as just a normal way of communicating. Right? We do all kinds of things on the internet. We talk to each other, we send each other files, we tweet, we post, we read, we get our information instantaneously. Doctors can't do that. A doctor cannot talk about a patient to another doctor using the internet. So what happens? Your records have to be faxed, they have to be copied, they have to be messengered. You have a state-of-the-art industry being healthcare, one of the most advanced industries that we're in, next to space travel probably, and we're using archaic communications of faxing and messengering and copying.
Bit of irony there, huh?
Absolutely, and that's what we set out to fix.
What are some of the other big issues that you'd like to tackle in this program?
I think some of the other issues that we're talking about here are some clarity on the regulations coming out of Washington, bringing together some thought leaders that are actually advising the committees, that are advising the Congress and the President. Luckily, we have some access to some of these folks, and we're going to ask them to join us and talk about what their recommendations are and some of the things that they see happening in healthcare. We have access to some of the top minds in healthcare IT that are going to talk about some of the security issues surrounding the move to digital records, allay some of the myths in that area as well, what doctors can and can't expect to happen when they begin this transition, where the real cost factors are and where the real savings.
Give us a sense, what is it about healthcare that makes it such a lightning rod emotional issue for people?
because we all want to be healthy, right? And we want to do it in such a way that doesn't force us into bankruptcy. So, it's near and dear to our hearts. We know that healthcare is available out there. We know that it could be better, and it certainly could be more efficient and less costly.
Fred Zolla is the chairman and CEO of iMedicor. Thanks a lot for being with us. Thanks a lot for sponsoring this series of programs. I look forward to talking to all the experts in this industry, and maybe finally I can figure it all out.
Well, thank you, Miles. I appreciate it.
And thanks to you for joining us on this premiere edition of Healthcare Insights brought to you by iMedicor. We hope you will be joining us on future episodes, and we hope you too will understand a little bit more about this very complicated subject. I'm Miles O'Brien.